of the day. Coming up, the 10-round heavyweight battle featuring the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world and the only man to defeat the reigning heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis. Oliver McCall takes on Marcus McIntyre, who had one of those lesser heavyweight championships. He had the IBA heavyweight title. A guy from Princeton, New Jersey, from Indianapolis now with a record of 18-2. He's taking on Oliver McCall, and he's beginning to make his ring walk. Is Marcus McIntyre. This is a huge man too. McIntyre, 278 pounds, 6 feet 4 inches tall, coming off a win 2 months ago, a 6-round decision over big heavyweight Barney Manning. Drove in yesterday, you know, Carl, from Indiana. He's a good boxer, likes to work the body, pretty good left hook is the book on him, not a bad right hand. And you know what he told me? I never heard of Oliver McCall. Well, he can't follow his sport too much. He's going to know Oliver McCall before the night's over, I think.
He will be introduced to him rather shortly. I guarantee you that.
Well, Oliver McCall, who you know that Don King gave every opportunity to, publicly humiliated himself in a situation where he, unfortunately, the public saw him have a nervous breakdown in the ring. He's a guy that's extremely emotional as you look at his face. Suffers kind of a bipolar problem where he has extreme highs and extreme lows. But he told me he's really got himself worked on an even keel, a good family man, and he's getting his opportunity again to have the opportunity. Almost looks like he's going to cry. There's just some of the emotion that this man has pent up in his body. When he comes into the ring, he is ready to fight. Oliver McCall, a former WBC heavyweight champion of the world. He's just a very emotional guy, but he tells me, Colonel, I got it under control, and he actually told me yesterday that he gets down on his hands and knees and thanks Don, as I mentioned at the top of the show, not only for saving his boxing career, but saving his life. Well, we're going to take a look at the tail of the tape, Carl. It'll tell us a few things. That Oliver McCall is in against a mighty big guy. Oliver McCall is usually the big guy. 35 years old, he's 6 years older. He has a 3.5-inch reach advantage, but he's 40 pounds lighter and 2 inches shorter than the huge Marcus McIntyre. We'll show you that in the metric system for all the countries watching on DirecTV in Latin America and around the world. We'll take a look at the rules as you've seen them throughout the evening. It's the Mississippi State Boxing Commission rules. 10-point must-scoring system. Standing 8 count in effect. 3 knockdown rule in effect. Only the referee can stop the fight. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. We're set to go to see Oliver McCall and Marcus McIntyre. So let's go to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr., who's standing by for the introductions of this fight. Here he is, Jimmy.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Don King Productions presents this featured bout coming away, our co-main event, scheduled 10 rounds of boxing, presenting the big men in the ring, heavyweights. Introducing to you our 3 judges, scoring the bout from ringside, Denver Anderson, Kevin Phillips, and Raymond White. And introducing to you our referee in charge, the 3rd man in the ring, Fred Steinwinder III. All right, fans, here we go. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing solid black trunks, fighting out of Indianapolis, now living in Princeton, Indiana. He weighed in at 278 pounds with a record of 18 wins, 2 losses. He has 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing the former IBA champion, introducing Marcus the Monsoon McIntyre. And his opponent across the ring on my left, ready to fight out of the red corner. He is wearing black trunks with white trim, hailing from Chicago, Illinois. He weighed in at a ready 238 pounds. His record stands at 35 wins, 7 losses, with 26 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world, introducing the Atomic Bull, Oliver McCall. Once again, Fred Steinwinder III is our referee in charge.
Okay, you folks received your instructions early in the dressing room. I want y'all to listen to my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, come out and fight. Good luck.
Well, we got a monsoon, so they call Marcus McIntyre, but he's going to feel a hurricane. And Oliver McCall, who's a former heavyweight champion of the world with a ton of ability, at age 35 and a long history of drug abuse, he's got himself straightened out. He's thrilled to have another opportunity, not only at boxing, but perhaps a shot at the world title again. He's got himself in absolutely magnificent condition, and he has a ton of ability. At age 35, it's now or never for Oliver McCall. Oliver's set. He's a guy that does a lot of strange things, but look at him go with that quick left hand drop.
Well, he's a powerful kind of guy, and he really has rededicated himself, redoubled his efforts of training. And, you know, Oliver is the kind of guy that you got to get off early. And this McIntyre looks like the type of fighter that's going to try to give him various looks. But I tell you what, when Oliver unleashes, he unleashes with a great deal of authority.
Well, McIntyre's smiling at him right now. Oliver loads up the right hand. See the quickness of that left uppercut? He just barely missed it. It grazed the chin, whistle past the chin that time. He digs to the body, trying to soften up and feel out this huge McIntyre. McIntyre, 278 pounds. And you know, for a guy that's that big, he's not really badly looking too bad. You know, his body is not really roly-poly. This is a big man.
Well, you know what Oliver is, what he has to do now is just kind of calm down, relax, use his jab. That's the thing that's going to get him to where he needs to go.
Well, he's got that nice uppercut working for him now inside when McIntyre hangs on, and he knows how to deliver shots to the body. He went with the right hand to the body to soften up this big guy, or will try to soften him up to the body. McIntyre up at his toes. He's seemingly forcing the fight, but Oliver knows exactly what he's doing. He's been in with the very best and beaten the very best in the heavyweight division, including the reigning heavyweight champ, Lennox Lewis.
Now, you got to kind of look at Oliver and you wonder what's on his mind. You want to see the guy use his jab. He's doing this by calculation and design. This is not by accident. He's coming in to try to intimidate Marcus McIntyre. And then he's going to settle down, use the jab, and set him up for the things that he's doing.
Well, you know what he told me? He said, I want to let this guy come in on me because I want him to use his power so that when I throw my right hand, I'm going to have more power. Catch him with his 278 pounds coming forward, so when I nail him with my right hand, he's going to go. That's his thinking, and that's what he's trying to engineer. So instead of jabbing and working to throw his right hand, he's almost trying to sucker this guy in, nail him with uppercuts inside. He's satisfied. This guy is a thinking man's boxer. While a lot of people say it was just a lucky punch that he got Lennox Lewis with, no such thing as a lucky punch. A man's in there to hurt you, a man's in there to throw punches. When he lands it, it's not luck. That's what he intended to do.
Exactly. They can say what they want to say. Oliver McCall can land punches in a big, big way.
All right, he's scored 2 uppercuts and a pretty good left hook. He's not pleased with the way McIntyre is coming forward. Now McIntyre does come forward. Oliver likes that. But what he's doing, what he's working on, he's trying to set up the right hand so he can time it. He'll do it right after the jab when that guy drops down his left hand. He'll time it and throw his right hand. Oliver's patient. He'll try to work this guy down and get it to just the proper timing that he wants to take full advantage of the guy's huge size. Bell ends round 1.
This June, the biggest names in heavyweight boxing are taking Showtime by storm. Evander Holyfield, once a warrior, always a warrior. Tough, strong, fearless. In quest of his 4th heavyweight title against Johnny Ruiz. He's won his last 11 fights, 9 of them by knockout. And he's determined to become the first Latino heavyweight champion. It's the greatest month in heavyweight history. Holyfield versus Ruiz, Saturday, June 10th, only on Showtime. Or you can see it on pay-per-view.
Well, Carl, we get that big fight coming up. Want to say hello to Norman Stone, Tony Cardinelli, and Johnny Ruiz. I know you're in training, and we'll see you at Caesars Palace June 10th.
I tell
what
you
a great venue that is, that new arena they built there.
It's beautiful out there at Caesars Palace. The new Caesars Palace with the chairman, Arthur Goldberg, done a great job out there. And you know what, Colonel? That fight's going to be a tremendous fight. Johnny Ruiz is a fast starter. I'm interested to see how Evander's going to handle this guy.
It'll be interesting. My pal, Art Manteris, the matchmaker there. There'll be plenty of boxing action, plenty of betting going on for that fight. Here we go, round number 2. I got over 100 guys from Boston coming out to see that fight. Round number 2, scheduled for 10. Oliver McCall to the left of your screen, to the right of your screen. Marcus McIntyre, huge man at 278 pounds. Has a tendency to put that head down. Now, he's a guy with his 18-2 record that is good against journeyman sort of fighters, but he stepped up in class in spite of the age and the tough life that Oliver McCall has been living in the past. Oliver's got himself straightened out in the past year or so, and he's winning fights, and he looks in terrific condition for his age, and he's got plenty of strength.
Well, he's worked very hard in camp over the last 4, 5, 6 months, where he was well over 300 pounds, and he's down underneath 240 now. And I tell you what, Oliver McCall has really, really dedicated himself. It's just a matter of him getting the right fights at the right time. And I tell you what, you have not yet seen the last of Oliver McCall.
Well, Jimmy Adams has done a nice job kind of keeping an eye on him, and he's got Jim Westmoreland working with him. And oh, nice looping right hand, caught him high in the cheek that time. Oliver's surprised he didn't shift him with that right hand. He comes back and clips Oliver with the right hand of his own. Oliver hangs on.
But you know, this is the kind of fight that he needs. He needs to get some rounds on his belt. He needs a stiffer competition. He hasn't had that lately, coming back off of that long layoff. But you know what? Once he gets back into the rhythm of things, into his rhythm, I think you're going to see the best of Oliver McCall come out.
Well, again, the matchmakers, Carl, wanted to put him in with a huge man, but to try and get him some rounds, because it's so difficult to knock out a guy of this magnitude that's a pretty good fighter. I mean, McIntyre isn't a stiff. He's better than a journeyman fighter, a little bit better than a journeyman fighter, and he's going to push Oliver a little bit tonight.
And he's trying hard. He's trying to manage. He's trying to utilize his weight to his own advantage. But he's going to get in trouble doing that if he's not very careful. You just can't afford to be careless with a guy like Oliver McCall, who's been there before, knows what he's doing, and has the power in either hand to take you out.
Inside of 50 seconds to go in round 2 of the scheduled 10-round fight in the heavyweight division featuring Oliver McCall, a former WBC heavyweight champion of the world. Oliver allowing him to come in. It doesn't look as a great fight right now, but Oliver's working on things, trying to get some rounds in, loaded up some shots. McIntyre, huge, massive man, 40 pounds heavier than Oliver.
And he's throwing punches at Oliver. He's hitting Oliver. And these are the kind of things that you want to see what the pass is taken out of Oliver McCall. Right now, Marcus McIntyre is showing no fear, but he also has to be extremely careful going in there against a guy like McCall.
Well, those pants are starting to fall down. If they do fall down, there's be a lot of fear for people in attendance. They better pull him up in between rounds as he works on Oliver McCall. Nothing fancy, nothing terrific, but you're going to see some action before this thing's all over. The crowd not too pleased with what we see so far, but McCall doing things all right. Kind of even, both the first and second round. Nobody did anything dramatic, but we know what this man is working on. McIntyre wants to get his rounds in against Oliver.
All the funny stuff ain't no good. Just use your jab, buddy. Pop the jab, keep him looking for the jab. And then stab him with my hand here and there. He can't do that, but try to throw a little hook, a little uppercut. Keep your jab busy. Walk up to it.
Colonel, the guy that's doing the talking in McIntyre's corner is J.B. Williamson, who is a former light heavyweight champion who lost his title to Dennis Andrews in England some 10 or 15 years ago.
He's a guy that knows what's going on. He's also got Red Strickland in there and Bobby Chambers and Darrell Anderson working with him.
Exactly.
JB's a guy that knows the boxing.
JB is a former light heavyweight champion, so he's telling them that this is an easy fight for Marcus McIntyre. I don't particularly agree with that, but we'll see what happens.
Well, of course, they're trying to, some guys like Teddy Atlas motivate by screaming at their fighters. Angelo Dundee speaks soft to him and then slaps him. You know, everybody's got his way. Gil Clancy handled his fighters different. Eddie Fudge, soft-spoken but deliberate. Every guy has his own way of dealing with his individual fighter. And certain guys, and Teddy, I thought, put it the best, said, hey, with certain guys, you scream at them, other guys, you baby them.
Well, I made a note to that to say that tonight we've seen 3 former world champions in the corners as trainers. And that was Johnny Bump City Bumpus, he got J.B. Williamson and Buddy McGirt.
Oh, he went down on a light blow inside. I don't know whether the heads came together or he clipped him with a shot, but he's down, and apparently, I don't know if he's going to get up. He counts up to 7 and 8. He rolls up at 8 and 9. I don't think this guy wants to get up. It's at 9 as Fred Steinweiler counts him out at 10. It's a knockout. I'm going to have to see that again because I don't know what happened there. The heads came together or just what happened, but apparently McIntyre didn't want to continue, and Oliver did what he came to do. He knocked the guy out, but I got to wait and see exactly how it happened.
Well, I'm sure our producers in the truck are going to give us exactly what you want coming up here very shortly.
We're going to see it now, Carl, and let's say we'll watch it with you folks at home to see if we can pick up anything. It came at 57 seconds of the third round.
Here we got it. It looked like there was something wrong with his eye, so that was a left hook to the eye.
2 left hooks and
There's
a third left hook. Let's see now. He comes back. That one sails over his head. Nails it. That's a pretty good shot in the ear there, Carl. It's 3 pretty and 4. No, he caught him with a good left hook. A clean left hook put him down. This guy didn't have the intestinal fortitude to want to get up, or that left hook was much more powerful than what we thought. He caught him good. But, you know, when it comes on the heels of 3 left hooks before, that was a good left hook. We'll see it again. Different angle. It's 3 left hooks to catch him. Watch this now, folks.
Now, you've seen one.
There's one. Now watch the second one, Carl. There's a real good one there, and that's the one that finished him. That was the third one.
That was the third one. The first one we seen at the very beginning of that film clip. As we can take another look at this, that's the one that did it, and it looked like it landed right around the temple area.
Well, when you get hit in the temple like that, your brain cascades up against the side of your skull and explodes into a knockout, and that guy went down, and that's exactly what happened. And while we say he didn't have the fortitude to get up, the man was hurting more than it apparently it looked like to us, because I didn't really see with the position in the body the left hook nail him, and it was obviously 3 clean left hooks that did it. So, hey, the credit goes to Oliver McCall. He came, he did, he saw, he conquered. Here's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a left hook ends the action at 57 seconds of round number 3. Our referee in charge, Fred Steinwein, III, reaches the count of 10, and the winner by way of knockout, the Atomic Bull, Oliver McCall.
Well, I didn't really perceive it when it happened, but again, they're in an awkward position for us to see it, but certainly the replay really clearly showed us that 3 really good left hooks did the job, and that's all she wrote for Marcus McIntyre, who apparently was really rocketed with that last left hook. I see our man Steve Grad has moved into position. Oliver's standing by. You get ready for a colorful interview. Here's Steve Grad.
3 left hooks at the end there. You finished him off. Was that the strategy, moving in there? Did it take you longer than you thought? What was the plan?
Not really. I wanted a first round knockout to make 3 in a row. First round knockouts in my career. And it's like I was looking forward and really just, I don't know, I just felt kind of awkward because I was anticipating wanting it so bad that I was kind of loading up instead of boxing like my trainer wanted me to. But then after that round, my trainer, Buddy McGirt, he told me to just relax and use my jab. So I started to use a good jab, a stiff jab. I saw that I could hit him. I was able to hit him with left hooks. And I was hitting him on the head, though. So I said, I'm going to time him. And he thought that I just have an awesome right hand. But I'm just letting everybody know, the world know, that I'm a knockout artist with both hands.
Well, you showed that there where you kept coming at him. Now, how about you coming all the way back? You're feeling all the way back. Now, are you in a zone where you, in your career, are back from the problems of the past?
Yes, I am. And first of all, I want to give all praise and glory to God and God alone, the one. He's deserving of all praise and glory. And I just thank him for having his abundance of mercy and grace upon me. As far as my fight, I believe I'm back. You know, I'm ready to go. I have to lose about 5 more pounds, but as you can see, I'm in better shape. 5 more pounds, I will be in championship form. Bring on Lennox Lewis, Holyfield, Tyson. I want to show the world that I can knock out all 3 of them. If I lose the one of them, I don't want the next. But when I knock out one of those 3, bring on the next so I can retire, and retire as a great champion, which I am.
Well, and you got some people to inspire you, like right there.
Yes, this is Oliver William McCall Jr. I'm born the day after my birthday. I love him so much.
You proud of Daddy? Yeah, he's proud.
Yeah.
Congratulations on
Thank you very much. And I just want to say hello to all my fans and that believed in me and believed that I would come back, and they'll be seeing me again, and I will be champion soon again.
All right, Colonel, you heard it right from him. Oliver McCall looking for another shot.
All right, Steve Grad, and great to hear from Oliver. Great to know that he's back. And I know that they say that sportscasters aren't supposed to root for fighters, but when a guy's been down like Oliver, I tell you this, folks, unequivocally, I'm